Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Franchise Hour, episode 8 of the season 5. And this is Rudolf Kotik, your host. And today we have a very inspiring guest with us. He is one of the most thought speakers and celebrated Filipino motivating speakers. He's renewed for his learnjoyment brand of keynote and workshops, and for his best-selling book entitled Strategies of a Champion Entrepreneur, and uh, has recently released Standout, How to Lead Without Losing Your Values, a book on ethical leadership. He is also a regular resource person on TV and radio. And with here we welcome Mr. Paulo Tibig. Hello, Paulo.
Hello, Rudolph. Good
Hello.
afternoon, everyone. Kung
Welcome to
nasaan
the
po man
show.
kayo oo nga, magandang hapon, magandang umaga, o magandang tanghali, o gabi na rin. Kung nasaan man kayo sa Pilipinas, at syempre kung saan na buong mundo na umaabot itong ating show with Rudolph. Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat.
Thank you so much, Carlo, for joining us. All right. Our topic today
My
is
pleasure,
practically
Rudolph. My pleasure. Maraming
anything
salamat.
about entrepreneur, and of course your insights and your massive knowledge about. Okay, but you actually started out in the cargo industry, in the logistic business. How did you come to starting in the cargo business, in the logistic business, Paulo? Sorry.
Well, actually, Rudolph, we started that during when I was starting to be in the corporate world also. I used to be a typical prom D, Rudolph. You know that prom the province. After high school, you go to the city to Manila to study. And the first 2 weeks, actually, if I'm not mistaken, before the school, college, I mean, before the college opening, my mother brought me to my ninong. Everyone, alam po natin yun, no? Yung ninong ko owns a small brokerage firm right in the area of domestic and international airport. So they're doing a lot of things for many multinational, I think, oil industry. So I was there. Was brought there by my mother, and to work as a part timer in school, and also typical working student. So from first year to end of college, I was there working at in the morning or in the afternoon. Really depends, Rudolph, on the schedule that I was given in the school, yung do sa college. I graduated actually from Pat's College of Aeronautics. Would you believe I should be flying planes, but I was able to manage to end my schooling that time, being a working student. So from there, I stayed for probably 2, 3 more years, and hopped from one company to another. I used to be in, and I've tried the different corporate work. Uh, I'm one. I used to be a medical representative. I used to be a marketing assistant also for a financial institution. I've tried hopping from one company to another, finding my way, whether this is good for me or not. Until such time, uh, got burned from typical corporate job, and I started small businesses. I went back to the province here in Bataan and started working on with small businesses, from nata de coco making, uh, handmade paper production, t-shirt trading, and those stuff. Yung maliliit na bagay na ginawa ko just to see. That time also, my father, who used to be an OCW abroad or overseas contract worker, bumalik na ng Pilipinas. And yung pagbalik niya ng Pilipinas, he started with a small business. Ito yung mga retailing ng mga oils for vehicles, from tricycle to jeeps and to minibuses and so on. So he asked me to join him there para tulungan ko na lang siya. You know, as a newly graduated college student, and also looking at a very good corporate career, um, meron kaming hindi pagkakasunduan ng father ko because I wanted to have my own, and I got inspired by many, and from different failures that I've got early on, yun yung nakita ko na probably I'm into business. It's just that I wanted to have and tread my own path in entrepreneurship. That's where it started. Somewhere 1999, El Nino crisis that time in the Philippines. I've resigned from my corporate job, from my last corporate job in a financial institution, multinational financial institution, and started a laundry business in Quiapo area. So that time, even franchising was not that it's not that big that time, and we started laundry business, and then from that laundry business, we also started the what we call as logistics marketing services company. Initially, doing repacking and co-branding type of business for some multinational companies. Ito po yung nakikita natin everyone na yung mga kunyari, you get to see a soda in can, and then a chips na nandun na nakapack po siya at binibenta sa supermarket. Or kung bibili naman tayo ng washing machine, nandun po may laundry kit doon, and then kami po yung nagre-repack ng mga laundry kit. That's where we started. Then eventually, that particular initial business model, uh, we need more than that. Why? There would be project na it's just about a week, a month, and so on. So if sustainability would be the question, what would be our best way to get into it? That's where we started a small cargo business. We took a loan from ang tawag ko nga doon, kung dati merong MIB o Men in Black, that particular years or those years, I have my MIL or mother-in-law loan. So for us to acquire one second-hand unit, because we need that for our cargo business, hiniram namin, nanghiram kami. This is what I call creative financing, na yun ang nag-bankroll na maliit na puhunan para we can acquire, para we can start with the cargo business. Yun, that's where we started. Then as we go along, it evolved, it evolved, it evolved. We've developed a lot of business model. We've created a lot of revenue channels. And as we see fit, it completed a total logistics solutions provider. Looking back from 1999, or exactly 22 years ago, last September. Rudolph,
So, so by
mahaba na ba?
today, how big a company is VCargo now? You're nationwide, right?
Yep, we're nationwide, and our business model is really B2B, business to business. So you cannot see us in retail. Although we tried, Rudolph, no, those are some of the failures that we had. We have many victories as we have many losses also. We've tried different channels, and one of the revenue channels that we did was about coming up with a typical retail type of business. But we doesn't have the network, the muscle, and the funding requirement for that. So we just stick with the core business model, which is B2B, business to business model. So right now we're serving many and bigger names, multinational companies in the country, and also national companies in the country, starting off with their logistics marketing services, which is our really main and core, and work on with this type of this industry, different industry, to develop a lot of potential channels for them. So ang nangyari dito, we really work on and try to be different from the typical logistics or cargo or freight business company. So yun, we're in the key cities all over. That's one. through service partnership, Rudolph. We don't invest in our branches nationwide, but through that service partnership, which is accepted even international. Parang
Correct.
ganyan. Pangalawa, again, we have been 22 years in the business already. And with all humility, we've acquired quite a very good foothold in the domestic freight industry in the country. Always on the top, if I may say, always on the top list of our major airlines category here in the country.
That's excellent. Excellent. It's nice also. We actually we have the same age when it comes to our companies because we Cargo is
Mm.
22 years old. Okay, franchise consultancy. We started also 99, so we are in the same. We are in the business wise in the same age category.
Yep. At least in the business, ah.
In the business, huh?
Yep. Yep.
Correct,
Right.
correct,
Right.
Paulo. Question, Paulo. You today you're super known as a motivation speaker and doing all the programs what you have. When did you actually start that line of business, so to speak?
I have no I you know, Rudolph, I have no inkling of getting into public speaking. That's the first one. All I know, all I but opportunities comes. I remember fully. Go Negosyo Advocacy was the one who really provided me this particular second career. And during that time with Secretary Mon Lopez right now of DTI, he was the executive director of Philippine Center for Entrepreneurship, and that's where it all started. It's all started with as a pioneer, angelpreneur of Go Negosyo. We were tasked to develop certain programs, especially for the negosyantes for Go Negosyo Advocacy and summits. So ganun nagsimula siya. I started doing panel interviews, doing testimonial until such time when they asked me to come up and develop a very good mind setting program for entrepreneur. So since then, my initial traction was about negosyo, 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 until until many companies have booked me to do a lot of corporate engagement for their companies, conferences, sales rallies, kick-off. Because one, ang lagi nilang sinasabi, Rudolph, is that I'm a practitioner. So more than a speaker, I'm also a practitioner. That's where I develop proprietary archetypes, principles, shared a lot of insight knowledge that is real, true, and insightful. So more than motivation, I know exactly how companies run, how the businesses run, and basically it's a really advantage in what I do right now. So ganun nagsimula. Ganun nagsimula. Honestly, it's my wife now who runs the business for about 5 years, Rudolph. Nandito na ako sa public speaking as my first career, but I'm still part of the of V Cargo. I really attend Exicom, Mancom still. Nandun pa rin tayo doon. But the day to day, it's my wife who really handles some 5, 6 years already. Yan,
That's
ganyan
good.
na nangyari.
That's good. That's
So from
perfect.
so from public speaking, I've gone into corporate trainings. And lately, I'm finishing my, just to complete everything, Rudolph, ano? Sabi ko nga, I'm happy with what I do right now. But minsan may kulang pala. I'm into finalizing my international coaching certification. So
Cool.
soon I'll be coaching executives. I'll be coaching team also. And that can happen. Patapos na. Binubuno ko siya ng kulang 1 taon. So hopefully by January we're done. And I'm now, by that time, I can be a certified coach already also. Parang ganyan. So ang dami.
Ex- Excellent,
Yeah.
Paulo. Excellent. Paulo, you developed frameworks, concepts, principles for sales, culture building, management, customer service management, which are very effective over the years. Can you
Mm.
tell us a little bit about you came up with a line called the signature programs?
Yep. Yeah. But again, taking off from what I do, siyempre, I'm managing companies already. Sabi ko nga sa iyo, Rudolph, no, I have I have lots of wins and lots of losses also. I have very good business ideas and also that have failed, during those times. So ganun talaga eh. Ang maganda lang dito, uh, uh, ngayon kasi there are people who can mentor you. There are people who can coach you. There are people who can help you out and be your guide. Before wala talaga. That's one of the things that I'm parang an experience that I cannot just take away kasi nga yun yung nakatulong sa akin kasi walang nagga-guide. But this time, marami ngayon tayong pwedeng i-guide. Now, I have developed a lot of programa because of that. Initially, culture building. Itong mga culture building na to is something that can really help organization, big and small. Uh, I call this as CABS, parang culture, attitude, and values for sustainability at work. Meaning to say, how do we drive our people to be stayed motivated and really work and be committed in what they do? Now, to give you another glimpse of this, on scratching the surface, nitong pandemic lang, I developed also what we call a slab of work program. Ano yung lab of work program na yon? Something that ang key takeaway is that why employees need to love their job more than ever. We've seen many closed businesses. We've seen many individuals who have lost their job, but ironically, marami pa rin in the business or in the businesses, in the organization, and the company and in companies, hindi pa rin minamahal mabuti yung programa. So with this program alone, we have run 4 public runs just this year and early last year. We've developed and was booked by around 40 companies and organizations, reached employees and individuals for more than thousands already. So ibig sabihin, we've been designing programa that is in sync and relevant to the business and corporate environment at this point. So, other program like ito pa yung one of our proprietary Rudolph, I think our franchise will also benefit from this. Yung aming sales masters program. Before kasi 'di ba we attend 2 days, 3 days seminar. Ngayon alam mo ginawa namin, we do it modular. Parang 3 hours, 3 hours tapos 8 sessions. But it's holistic end to end and as you mentioned, I develop really archetypes and proprietary tools that can be developed, that can be used, and that can be a very good action way to be implemented immediately by attendees. So yun, sales to leadership. Syempre from my book Standout Leadership, I've developed also those things and many more business tracks, even NLP, neuro linguistic programming based team building facilitation. We do that. Ngayong panahon na to, basically it's planning season. So many organizations, many companies do their plan. What I did because of this 22 years existence, I've developed over time a simplified way and approach to do planning for companies, which I normally shared and walk through with many companies right now. Ayan, sakto. Galing. Ayan
Yeah,
pala.
we have this here. Your staff provided
Ayan.
for us.
Yan,
Simplified
maraming
strategic
salamat.
planning.
Yan. Yan siya. So basically, parang how do you develop the plan? Many companies, I have seen the best and the worst, Rudolph. I'm sure ikaw din, you have seen the best and the worst for many organizations. But then again, one of the core differentiator is that successful companies and organization knows exactly how to do their plan well. And with this, parang walking through with how do you simplify things. Alam natin very tedious, mahaba the way we do our planning for our businesses. But the problem with many individuals and many companies also, they don't see planning as a very good way to develop the blueprint of their negocios, of their blueprint or their franchise, di ba? Parang ganyan. So they see these type of activities and exercises as what? As an expense. But remember everyone na when you do your plan well and you do it in a simplified manner and approach, you'll be able to see and how to drive your entrepreneurial journey towards its success. Yun po yung nakikita natin and I always encourage, Rudolph, people, lalo na nasa businesses, to really invest on capacitating themselves and also yung kanilang team for such activities. Yan. And many more business tracks, Rudolph.
You know, you
Marami.
know, you know what I find very interesting among your programs, for example, is what how to deal with difficult employees. Uh,
Yeah, yeah. Oh, alam mo, this is one webinar that has been attended by many companies. How to really handle difficult employees. I agree on that, and that's one of the things that we saw, because again, Rudolph, I'm a practitioner to begin with, and I know exactly the needs and the requirements of many organizations. I've touched base with a lot of executives, CEOs, presidentes of their companies, and also mga HR practitioner. And this is one, dealing with difficult employees, how to do. And there are approaches, there are ways, there are frameworks on how to handle those things. And in many organizations, big and small, we cannot just take it for granted. If we wanted success in the organization, then that's one of the things that we need to develop our people, the development of our people. So most of our programs, Rudolph, is anchored also in the development of our people. More than capacitating, it's also empowering them. It's also getting them, the leadership in it, that can be developed also with them. Kasi remember, similar with any businesses, how do you clone yourself, di ba? So we need people. We need people who can be leaders. We need people that can be empowered, and we need people to clone us in a way as much as possible. Who are what? Job fit, culturally fit. Yun ang gusto natin mangyari.
Correct, and I agree with you, Paulo. Particularly in the Philippines, our training has to be also on the local market uh, for them to be better employees. Because if you look at Filipinos abroad, like every time I'm in the Middle East and people and I say I come from the Philippines, well, of course, first of all they get shocked because I'm a white guy, but then but I tell them I come from the Philippines. They say, "Oh, we love our Filipino employees. They are never late. They are never absent. They follow
Yeah.
the rules." When I hear it the first time, I was asking them, "Are you talking of the same Philippines I'm coming from?" Because we have domestically we have quite different experiences with them.
Yeah.
So when
Agree.
Filipinos are abroad, they are really different kind of people. So I really like the idea what you are doing, Paulo, to educating actually the Filipinos at home also to getting of a level of in the working culture,
Yeah.
di ba?
One of my programs really in on kaya nga that particular anchor program, culture building, is something that we develop the right mindset of individuals and employees within the organization. That's where the culture comes in. I always believe that, employees need to have the buy-in. They have to have the buy-in within first. Parang alam mo yun, Rudolph, parang yung sa isang soda campaign, na parang sabi nung artista, sabi niya, orange taste pa lang daw, bentang-benta na. So ibig sabihin, in any organization, malaki man o maliit pa yan, kailangan nandun yung buy-in eh. Embedded dapat yung buy-in ng bawat isa with the right culture of the organization to its employees. Why? Something that parang ano yan eh, parang yung in our blood. Parang ito yung dugo na nananalaytay sa atin, everyone. Parang kumbaga, daily we breathe in, breathe out, day in, day out, yung culture that the company or the organization want to embed and instill within its team members. So, again, look at this. This particular pandemic have brought us a lot of realization. And one of those is that many individuals, Rudolph, I'm sure you know this, ang daming reclamation list. Di ba? Yung parang, ang dami nating reklamo, ang dami nating reklamo. I always challenge in my engagement, employees and even the companies, if there's one thing that they can be grateful for or thankful for, What is that? Alam mo yung minsan lang sasabihin na at karamihan laging sinasabi na the mere fact that they have that opportunity to work today is something that they are grateful for. That alone, nailed already. Why? Pag nabanggit na yon ng bawat isa, it follows now that kailangan mo ngayong i-follow through na yon, sundan mo na yon na the more na dapat mo mahalin ang trabaho mo ngayon. Lalo na ngayong pandemic. This because when you love your job, your work, especially at this time of pandemic, and that's one grateful list of having that opportunity that you have worked today, I think it outweigh everything in your reclamation list. Di ba? Kailangan ganun eh. So how do we drive our people with that? Di ba? So those are the first thing that probably sabi ko nga sa'yo, that's one of the sought after programa that we have right now. It's how do we inculcate the kultura, the culture fit or the culturally fit individual in the organization. Marami, masarap pag-usapan, maraming pwedeng magawa. And sabi ko nga si Rudolph, we've reached many, many thousands already because of this. And we were really invited by a lot of companies, further companies, big and small, would you believe? And even multinational, would you believe? Having those programa for their team. If only for that, I think we really see something that really need to be empowered with people. Need to empower people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's put it in again. Let's put in the signature programs.
Yep.
Camille prepared for us to slide. So
Yeah.
here we have the one what you're doing. So that's the mindset of
Yeah. Mindset of
champions.
champion keynotes. Yeah. Those are keynotes intended for sales rallies, conferences, general assemblies, uh, GMM, yeah, mga GA, team buildings, and so on. Ngayon, this week, we'll be having one keynote for around 800 individuals for one big insurance company. And we'll be talking about something that can really drive them to sell. To sell. Yan, so, and many, many more. Those
Mm.
things. And then Love of Work, we've mentioned the sales program. I've mentioned also the culture building. Standout leadership anchored on my book, Rudolph, How to Lead Without Losing Your Values. Very good, easy to read way of, navigating employees within the organization, how to lead without losing their values. It's like similar of such that stripping the crown off your head, yung parang tanggalin mo yung ego mo, as a leader, wala tayo dapat ganon. People are vulnerable, and we take for some leaders, they see people as as robots. So we don't want that. At the end of the day, they are still human and they are not emotionless machine. Yeah, ganyan. So many things on that. Agile leadership, again, we developed talking about resiliency, talking about agility at this point. My take is that first, before you see an agile organization, the team member should be the first to be developed before the organization. You can see an agile organization if you see first and you develop first a resilient and develop individuals within the organization. Zone, it's more of in the zone state. How do you keep the motivation flowing? It is anchored on three: mental toughness, and you normally use with very good analogy and case studies on successful teams, successful players. They do this in the zone state. How do you keep the motivation flowing and flowing despite the adversities and so on? Yan, mga ganyan siya. Then we have other tracks also. Camille, can we move on? We have also other tracks. Four, it's about a moment of truth. The proven principle of moment of truth, like covering all the bases. Like for example, in our stores, sa franchise stores natin, sa outlet natin, sa negosyo natin, whether retail service or ano man yan, how do we ensure that our customers in every touch points, we are there. Imagine everyone na para ka nasa baseball diamond, and that baseball diamond dapat every base na yon ay nakaka-touch base tayo with our customers. Four. And then we have productivity. How do we distress? How to ensure productivity? How do we develop our alpha state? Yan yung mga key topics dyan. As mentioned, strategic planning for many businesses and organization earlier. The next ladder is these are for those who will be developed into managing people. What are the essentials to develop people? Many things to work on. And then SP Decor, it's an NLP based team building facilitation. Before we do it a lot face to face, now virtually it still can be done. Quite challenging, but still can be done. And lastly, in journey prosperity, it's about money management. How do you differentiate money for business and how do you differentiate money for personal use? Money management is also way to help us get into the prosperity level as we move on with our entrepreneurial journey. And many more on business rocks, like, for example, business model canvas, one pager, blueprint of your nego, so you can see how it can be done. And also, yung strategies of a champion entrepreneur from my best-selling book, which is proven and effective for many successful entrepreneurs also in the country, and many, many more business rocks. Rudolph, also we customize based on the need of our companies and businesses. Yan, medyo marami, but these are the things that we do.
But all
Thank
of
you for
them,
asking.
all of them are practical for the companies. I mean,
Yep.
it's to the knowledge. You mentioned already you had a bestseller, the book strategies of champion entrepreneurs, the 10 guidelines for entrepreneurial journey.
To
Is it
success.
still available? Can people still get it?
Yeah, alam mo, Rudolph, for the longest time, no, I'm happy with this book. Kasi when it was released, in 3 months' time, it was a bestseller in National. During those times, National have many spaces for books. Ngayon, mukhang supplies na lang yata. And with yes, it is available on National Books or the two books, also in Lazada and Shopee through our distributor, Facebook. Yung the Facebook po yung ating distributor dito. But eto maganda, Rudolph, if they wanted a copy na signature and signed by yours truly, they can get in touch with us because we have a book bundle. A single book, you can get it at 450 in national in the bookstore. But you can get this two bundle book for only 699 and we can ship it in the Philippines lang po yung 699 ha. Ngayon tamang-tama, it can be a very good holiday a gift if you want, or if you want just to read. Many lately have been trying to get in touch with us. Last year, we've seen companies na ginagawa lang pang regalo to. So if you wanted also as a gift, very good gift, or a for your personal reading requirements and pleasure, and your if you wanted to capacity yourself, these two bundle book is something that can help you. Very reasonable, something that is very timely and relevant in what you do. Yan, yung standout natin tsaka yung strategies of a champion. Yan. So get your copy, everyone. Huh?
Yeah, excellent that people will know now about this promo as well. So I hope more people will be reading about your two books, which are on the market right now. Also, a very interesting part you have every Saturday. You have a TV. You
An
have also
online
a
show.
program, a show by
Oo,
yourself, the Paulo Tibig show.
the Paulo
Uh,
TV show. Oo. Actually, Rudolph, this has been running for more than a year, and we're quite happy. Viewership are well established from corporate to businesses also, and we've been reaching not just the country but also some parts of the world, and different topics, especially for corporate, for managing people, and many things. Syempre, may mga negosyo topic din once in a while, and we're always looking at having guests who are standout and who are thought leaders that can really be giving value to our viewers. So tuwing Sabado po yan. Every Saturday, 7 p.m. Kung kay Rudolph po, every Tuesday, kami naman po, yung
Thursday.
Saturday Night Habit, tuwing Sabado po. Yan po. It's a live. And by the way, Rudolph, for this show, eventually, kung gusto niyo pong mapanood yung mga past episodes, just get into our YouTube channel. Paulo Tibig lang po hanapin niyo, Paulo. Kasi diyan po muna namin nilalagay lahat ng mga episodes and some of the snippets of my engagement previously nung face-to-face pa. Kasi soon, Rudolph, no, we'll be announcing major changes in our YouTube channel. Still, the Paulo Tibig Show, we will do it a more nugget size, streamlined, malinis na mga episodes na ilalatag natin doon. And probably these episodes na if you will give us a copy eventually, Rudolph, for this, we will also do it and we will include that in the YT space. Yan.
Definitely, definitely. It will be also on the YouTube channel of Aki
Yun.
Franchise.
Oo.
Definitely,
Rudolph,
you will
would
get
you
your
believe
copy.
I'll be doing some TikTok already soon?
Yeah, and you will be in our next general membership meeting as our guest, and
Oh yeah.
we'll do
Yes.
some activities together, Paulo.
Yep.
All right. If people want to get in touch with you, if they
Yeah.
want to book you, how can my viewers get in touch with you, Paulo?
O yun, maraming salamat, Rudolph, for this opportunity. Una po, nagpapasalamat po kami sa inyong lahat. But if you wanted, again, to connect with us, you can always message us in our official page, Paulo Tibig, Paulotibig. If you wanted us to kickstart your year, train your team, book us for speaking engagement, all you need to do is try to search Paulo Tibig. Or for those of you na, ayan po, we have all the details in the screen right now. You can book us and inquire. Andyan po yung aming mga numbers. And the easiest way, we're also in the all social media platform, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. So, easy way, basta po Paulo Tibig, let us know how can we collaborate and work and motivate your team.
So
Ayan.
that's Paulo TV Corporate Trainings at
Yeah, or you can
gmail.com, and
email
the
us. Yeah, that's
numbers
my
are
email.
yes, and the numbers are
Oo,
0917 553 5898 and 0917 885
5944.
5944.
Yan.
All right.
Kunyari, for your franchise or dealership conferences for your companies, for your franchisee also, Rudolph, I've done a lot of those things for franchisors, for their company, for their team. In fact, just lately, I've done one town hall meeting with a French fries company with Joe Magsaysay.
Yeah, he was my guest
Yeah,
also.
Potato
Yeah.
Corner.
Yes.
They book us to for the employees, but not just for the employees every month, but also for your franchisee. If you have, I remember there was a time, Rudolph, magkasama tayo with one franchisor. Oo, dyan in Cagayan also, in Cagayan de Oro. Ayun, maraming ganun po, maraming ganun. And yung sa mga franchise, or if you're watching right now, if you wanted us to engage with your team and your franchisee, let us know with your details. Let us know lang. Paulo Tibig lang po sa social media.
All right.
Yun.
So before we end our session today with Mr. Paulo Tibig, I still have a few announcements to make. First of all, I would like to thank Mr. Paulo Tibig for being my guest for today and sharing his insights on entrepreneurship with us. And then, beside of that, if you're interested to get one of my books all about franchising, we are giving it away for free. It's a PDF format, and you can just request for it by contacting us. If you have a company and you want to expand it through franchising, please call us at 8912-2946 or 8912-2973. We do everything what you need to be a professional franchisor, from structuring to the manuals, the legal, the marketing materials, everything you need to be a professional franchisor. If you're watching from outside the Philippines, you contact us through franmundo.com. This is our international development company. And if you have a distribution company and you want to expand it, GoFran will be helping you with preparing for you the distributorship package, from the structure to the flyers, contracts, manuals, etc. And of course, all our franchisors are member of FIFA, Filipino International Franchise Association, and our magazine, the Franchising PH magazine, virtual magazine. Please read it, and you can find all the gimmicks which are out right now in franchising, and also it's about our expos which are running right now, and the third Palawan Franchise Expo, which is the last of a series of franchise expos we run. So from November 20 to 30 at palawanfranchise.com. And next Thursday at the franchise hours, we are welcoming a speaker, Mr. Eric Kaek. So please join us then again. So we are here with at the end of the day for this Thursday, and I would like again thank Mr. Paulo Tibig for his insights on entrepreneurship and his programs, what he is doing for entrepreneurs and companies and the employees. And thank you so much, Paulo. And to my viewers, I see you again next Thursday at the same time in the same channel. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Maraming salamat, everyone. Maraming salamat, Rudolph.